Hey everyone, this video I'm going to talk about something different as opposed to the regular content that I post on this channel on Prove to Others. So tonight I want to talk about a certain sport that is growing here in Canada, a sport that I love with a passion, and just a great social environment off the field and even on the field. I'm talking about is Australian rules football. For those who are not familiar with Australian rules football, I'll just give you a little quick brief what it is. It's a game based out of Australia. It's the number one sport in that country. Only played professionally there, and you have 18 aside on a oval field, and the main objective is to kick the ball through the upright. Here in Eastern Canada, where we don't have oval fields, we play on a rugby pitch that's nine aside. So here in Nova Scotia, we have two clubs. I play for the Halifax club. Then there's the Sydney club that plays up in Cape Breton. And we recently had our AGM, Dockers wise, and one of our players that she started coming out last year said a little concerned that I feel the same way too. Is that when she talks to her friends of wanting to have them come out and give it a shot, have a kick, is they're worried about where they haven't seen the sport. They're not sure how they're going to do well when it comes to trying to kick the ball or kick or do the handball. Just they haven't. It's like they haven't seen the sport, and if they did or not, they don't know how they're going to do. So I get the same thing when I talk to people about wanting to come out. So I'll tell you a little bit about how I got into Aussie Rules football and my background, and how Aussie Rules has taken me. And the reality is more so the comparison between what you see on TV and what you see here amateur play. So I'll just discuss about a bit of my history. So I have a rugby background. I'm a front row. I play number two hook. So obviously not the fastest guy on the field. So I got into our club here in Halifax in 2014 after my club we lost in the playoff round, and so I was just going to. So my thing was I was just going to use Aussie rules as a post preseason to my rugby campaign. However, within the first two training sessions, I just got hooked onto the sport. Like, I just got obsessed with it because it was just so much more fun. It was just, I just had a lot of fun, even though I'm not a fast or skinny guy like what a lot of people will see on TV. But the skills are very easy to pick up. Like everyone should know, how to kick. So I mean, there's a certain way you can kick. It's very basic, very easy, and there's ways you could handball for a pass, and tackle and shepherd. And shepherding, if you're not sure, it's kind of like a defense move. You're putting your arms right behind, so the opposition doesn't get to the football. Um, One thing I want to say is, even if you're coming from a different background or you're not athletic but you want to try a sport out and do something new and want to play Aussie rules, never fear an, of thinking you wouldn't know what to do beginning, because all of us came from different athletic backgrounds, so we've all learned how to we kind of coach each other, and we kind of learn from the expats that come into Nova Scotia and started the game. So everyone the thing I love about Aussie Rules is that everyone is so open and they want to help all of us and each other become better players. So, for that person who is unsure, never worry because I first went into my first couple sessions, and I'll admit I wasn't there, but I mean it progressed. But just being around like the club and just practicing, really helps out. So never fear of thinking that your skill level may not be up to par because we all will teach newcomers how to play the game and everyone has fun. So actually, I'll say this: here in Nova Scotia, Halifax, we partnered up with a sport and social club to do Wednesday night sessions, and we've seen a huge turnout. A lot of people came out and wanted to try Aussie rules, and most of them they may have heard about it, but they've never really like seen it in. Maybe they've not seen it in action before, or some of them did. Um, and when they first touched that footy, because I was the one that some of the time I was coaching those sessions, and a lot of the newcomers picked up the skills and picked up the game like that. It's an easy, very simple game to play, and also too they come from different backgrounds. And I think there may have been like a couple that didn't have any athletic background, but they picked up the game very quick. Um, so my next part is I want to talk about the comparison between what people see on TV in the AFL and the amateur play that we have here in Canada. So some people will get a little bit terrified when they see someone going in for a big hit or they're trying to jump on someone's shoulders, which is called a specky. Um, no need to worry about that. I mean, you got more competitive leagues in Ontario, they'll have more bumping, but of the 7 or 8 years that I've played Aussie rules now, I've never seen someone attempt a specky. I've never seen someone attempt jumping on someone's shoulders, even at a high competitive level. Like I played a couple games in Ontario. Um, I even played for Canada back 5 years ago this coming May, and during my tenure, I've never seen someone try to jump on someone's shoulders. The bumping and tackles are there, but we do have. But here in Nova Scotia, we did introduce a if someone who wants to play the actual game, they could wear a flag and make sure it kind of like let us know that we can't tackle the person. We could just rip their flag off. Um, so like we have like competitive games against Cape Breton, but we also have that option for people who want to play that game to let us know like they don't want to be tackled. They'll just wear the belt and we just rip the belt off from them. Um, and obviously, like amateur play and compared to AFL, there's it's a whole different world. Like you don't get anything crazy. You don't get anything that's intense. Here in Nova Scotia, it's like like Halifax versus Sydney. Like the games are becoming more competitive now, but we're still like going to a pub or doing something like after the game because we're friends at the end of the day. Um, and so that's so what you see on TV, it's nothing compared what we do amateurly because we're not that crazy. We're not that athletic compared to the guys in the AFL. I know I've been rambling on about this video, but really what I'm trying to say is that for those that who are intimidated of wanting to play Aussie rules or have an interest in Aussie rules but are intimidated to come out anyway. Because we're gonna have like there's people all skill levels that will help you and teach you how to like pick up the game quick. And like I mentioned earlier, a lot of the younger players that came out and a lot more newer players that came out, I should say, they picked up the game very quick and they were really really good. Um, and also if you do come from a come from a different sports background, I should say, um, that beats half the battle. It beats half the battle of you getting into the game. And even if you don't play sports, again, no need to worry because we can teach you. Like no one isn't gonna harp on you. No one isn't gonna yell or scream at you if you mess something up. We all learn. Um, Hell, even I don't know if I may have mentioned in the video, but I also coach the Halifax Dockers. Which I'm going to put this out right here is that our number one thing is we want to get a women's team going. And because AFL Canada's doing the inaugural AFL Canada Cup, the national tournament for women's teams, happening in Vancouver during Labor Day weekend. And I already messaged the main guy saying that I'd be more than happy to coach the women's team to go to Vancouver and win the cup. So if there's any like women, especially here in Nova Scotia, that want to give footy a shot and want to play for Nova Scotia, definitely, oh, definitely get into it. I will link the contact information down below to get more info about playing Aussie Rules here in Nova Scotia. I mean, not just only that, but play Aussie Rules here in Canada. This is more of a Nova Scotia thing because I can tell you right now, Nova Scotians, we can play. Like, I think like we have good potential becoming a powerhouse in Canada. That's all I wanted to say. Want to put that out there. So, Aussie Rules here in Nova Scotia. That's it. Have a good night.